Hi, this is Scott McGill. This is the second part of the Genesis Watcher of the Skies intro, the Mellotron intro, and there's already a video that I posted for the first part, so this will be the second part with the descending line. There's usually held tones and then a series of intervals, third intervals, that follow. There's two ways of doing it that, well, there's more than two ways of doing it, obviously, but in the original, the held note is on top and the intervals are below in one hand. I'm going to show you first the opposite because I think that works well on guitar as well. So I'll explain it as we go and we'll do it both ways and talk about it a little bit. Here's the way I like to do it. I actually like to put the intervals on the top. So the first held tone is an A flat. Okay. And then there's a series of thirds on top while I hold that. I've got a little bit of crunch on this sound. It's just a small amp, and it has a sort of a tape delay ripoff that I like to use on it. So it's kind of a cheesy tape delay replica, but I like it anyway. Here it is. So it's the A flat. So it's like an A flat minor, and then you're just moving these. So you really strike that A flat. You kind of staccato. And now the next tone is a G flat. I use the third finger so I can hold it. So the goal is to hold them, you know, because on the Mellotron, they're playing the top note and then the other notes move. So you have a flat, C flat, E flat, going to B flat and D flat. Like that, so. And now just slide that, I'd just move that G flat down. Now you have a B flat and a D flat, and then an A flat and a C flat. So it's good for a little bit of finger bending too, just to get some independence with your fingers. The next move is to an E natural. So it changes a little bit in terms of the notes. So now you don't have a B flat anymore. You've got kind of a C flat or a B natural and an E flat and then an A natural and a C sharp. So it kind of becomes like an A chord. Now the next move is going to be an E flat. Now I'm going to put the second finger there and I'll show you why, because I need A and C sharp and then A flat and C flat. And then I have to keep going from there. Now at this point, I just restrike the E flat because it's got to do 4 chords. So here are the moves. E flat, A and C sharp, A flat and C flat. And then it's like a diminished. So E flat, G flat, and A. And then F and A flat. So the whole thing in context. And then just move the D down and keep the F, another diminished, F and A flat, and then move to a C. Now the notes go below, a tritone below. So that's a C, and you put a C and an F sharp below. And then just move it down a semitone, B and B and F. And then it's back. So you've got now, that's the way with the intervals on top. Now you can do the opposite, which is actually more authentic. I like the sound of that because on the guitar, I think you get the ringing notes and you get some articulation with the upper intervals a little better. But here's the way that it's actually done on the keys. Okay, the held notes on top. So the A flat's on top like this. So you have an A flat, a C flat and an E flat, and a B flat and a D flat. So And good for the fingers again, because now you have a G flat. So if you notice the G flat, and then you got to play B flat and D flat on the D and G string, and then A flat and C flat or B on the D and G string. So you can see the top notes on the B string, and the intervals are now on the D and G below. Okay, so like this. I use third finger, so that way you can finger the intervals 4 and 2, 2 and 1. Now, E, now the intervals go up. You've got a C flat or a B and an E flat and an A and a C sharp. Keeping the E ringing. You can do a high E, I suppose, right? That could work there too. And now you have an E flat. And again, here are the 4 intervals. You'll have to restrike the E flat again, just like the first one. Here we go, E flat. So you got, so that's B flat and D flat, A flat and C flat. So you needed a G flat and an A, or F sharp and an A, and maybe restrike, just kind of glance that, you know, that, just so the listener can hear it a little bit. Oh, pardon me, it was actually an A and a C, not a B flat and a D flat, an A and a D flat. And then F sharp and A, F and A flat. Maybe hold off striking it like, and then D and A flat and F, and then, so in context, so either way is fine. But what's nice about that, I think, for us as guitarists, is to figure out how to make a line move. I mean, for instance, you could try this if you're really hell-bent on trying to keep that E flat rolling while everything else is going. You could, maybe you could do it. I don't know. Watch this. Like, it might work. Let's try. Here's the E flat. Maybe I play, I'll bar it. I'll play A and C. Maybe skip a string set. And then catch this. There. That might work. So if you're so inclined, try it this way. E flat, A flat, and excuse me, A and C, and A flat and C flat, and then skip to the next string family, F sharp and A, and then move it down, and then grab your D here. You're already lined up. So you might get a little more mileage out of the E flat that way, but just be careful to mute. That works. That works. I did hear the E flat. So try that. But if not, you know, that's okay. I mean, it's a little more practical. Okay. So great one. Those are 2 basic approaches to that tune, and I hope you've enjoyed it. You put the whole introduction together, and I hope you get something from that. If you're interested in my Skype sessions, go to www.scottmcgillguitar.com, and I work with a lot of really great musicians from across the world, so it'd be a pleasure to work with you. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you found it beneficial, and I hope to hear from you. Thanks.